The Love Life and Lose Weight podcast will teach you the art and science of changing your habits around food. If you know what to do, but can't figure out why you're just not doing it, this is the right podcast for you. I'm your host, Advanced Certified Weight and Life Coach Heather Beardsley. I've helped hundreds of women just like you figure out how to think and eat like a normal eater, lose weight, and love life on the journey to goal weight and beyond. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 88. Today, I want to share with you something that could and does completely reframe how you see your weight management journey and the process of the habit changes that are required to sustainably change your habits around food. What I know is that most women who struggle with their weight management are stuck in what I like to call tactical hell. This is when you're buried in the weeds of the tactical things around weight loss. This could be, for many of you, still counting calories, even though I don't teach weight loss that way. Tracking your overeats, labeling foods good or bad, starting over every Monday. Whatever the tactical things are that you do use, getting mired in just those details requires you to stay busy and expending energy to constantly fight these little things or use the motivation to get these things done day after day after day. So it's all about putting out fires, but never a sense of like that you're never winning the larger war. It's almost like the brain gives you this idea that if I want to change my weight forever, I'm always going to have to do these things, which then feel very burdensome. This is tactical hell. The truth is, with this kind of focus and framing around why you do the things that you do, whether they're effective or not, whether they're diet mentality or sustainable weight loss, right? If you think that this is like the burden of having to do the things that you have to do, these wins don't last and these efforts are unsustainable because they lack a broader strategy. So, what I want you to hear today is this: strategy is the way out of tactical hell. It doesn't give you a pass out of being tactical, but it allows the tactics of how you sustainably lose weight to feel lighter and less burdensome. So when you think about a true strategist, you could think about a general in a war, even. A general in a war has to be strategic if they want to win the battle. They have to see the bigger picture. They have to also stay grounded in reality. They have to know what the reality is for their troops on the ground. What kind of fight are they in? That will inform your strategy, right? So it's based in reality, not some pie in the sky idea of how you would like things to be, but actually how things are. And the general, the master strategist, also commits to a larger purpose beyond the battle that they're fighting. Why are we fighting a battle? Why are we trying to lose weight? Usually, this is about freedom, health, confidence, energy, something like that. Some greater narrative that compels us to do the hard work of the battle that we're in, the fight that we're in, the challenge that we're in. Once you step into the role and you take on the moniker of being a master strategist, the daily actions, those tactical things, stop feeling like a punishment. They stop feeling like a burden. They start to feel like your next chess move as part of your greater strategy. And here's how you'll know when you've crossed over from tactical hell into strategy. You stop arguing with the tactical things that need to get done. You don't waste energy debating about whether or not to go to the gym. It's already decided. You don't wrestle with whether or not you choose to drink, right? If you are somebody who has decided that part of your strategy is to become a non-drinker, you don't also indulge in whether or not you'll drink that day. It's just something that you've decided doesn't serve your greater strategy. And for those of you who are looking to change your weight and lose fat. This has to be litigated. This idea of I stop telling myself that overeating helps me. It never does. If I still believe that overeating gives me anything beneficial, then I'm mired in tactical hell. I will always be arguing against myself about whether or not to overeat because I'm using food to meet my other needs. You don't want to indulge in the illusion that overeating benefits you. You need to see clearly that it never does. And this is what I call the light side of being a strategist. It's a conversion moment, and it can feel almost religious when you cross over this threshold where you just decide, like the hero's journey, you can never go back. Because if you really get fucking serious about changing your weight and dropping the battle of tactical hell, you will see that it requires you to give up this idea that overeating ever benefits you. And also is a compelling idea that you will figure out once you no longer indulge in thinking overeating benefits you, you will figure out how to meet your needs in other ways. And that is something that people who don't overeat do. We see them in everyday life. Their weight is normalized for most of their life. They've just figured out how to find relief or pleasure in other ways. So that's what I call the light side of strategy. It's a conversion moment that allows you to end the inner war against those tactical things that feel burdensome. Everything gets easier. It's how I quit drinking 5 years ago. I said to myself, if I want to be free of the battle against myself in terms of always wanting to drink more than what manager me wanted to drink, I have to just decide that drinking is poison for me. It's poison for my reputation with myself. It's poison for my dopamine reward system, which gets involved, like it gets overstimulated and leads to over desire. That is grounded in reality. There I was, only having one drink and still always wanting a second. I had to reconcile with myself that this never would serve me. And when you can do that and make the same analogy with your overeating, this will change how you look at your tactical things that help you. You will want to count your overeats. You'll want to plan your food because all of those tactical things serve this light strategy, which is my strategy and my philosophy of the kind of eater I want to be compels me to get behind those tactical things that help me to live that out in reality. So that's how I want to invite you to start to think about yourself as a light strategist, where your strategy informs everything you do. And your only job is to get behind yourself in that. Stay focused and so long. Hey, if this episode resonated for you, then let's connect. Visit hbeardsley.com/subscribe. That's HBEARDSLEY.com/subscribe and become a VIP subscriber. You'll learn how to work with me. You'll get 2 free gifts, access to exclusive VIP content, and get a discount on the digital follow-through planner.